Welcome in, everybody. What's up? So good to see you guys. My name is Casey. I am a psychic medium. I am an intuitive. I am a galactic warrior and a star being. Welcome to the channel. Thanks, you guys, for coming and hanging out. All right. So we did a poll earlier, and by unanimous vote, you guys want to have whatever comes out. I don't blame you. I like it when I find that rhythm myself, that flow. So right now I'm just setting an intention. I've already cleared this space, meditated upon the energy, and it is going to flow. Whatever comes out, comes out. Remember that I am just an interpreter. I'm using my intuition. This is me. This is my soul in this body. I'm bringing what I can here for the highest good of all and for what you guys need most, and that is my intention. It may or may not be for you. You have to remember these are a tool. That it's very magical. Ask your guides for a sign, whether it's a color and whatever it may be as you're watching this. And that's what these readings are for. This is a intergalactic communication. This is us. Hello, family, right? We want you to center and just sit down, take some breaths, and even if you can't, breathe deep into your heart chakra and just open up to receive the messages. That was the first thing I seen as I got on here, was the messenger. And it does feel like you're going to get that message, and it's going to come in so many different ways. Birds, they used to be they still are, the delivers of messages. What kinds of birds, how many are there? Excuse me. So this is about your intuition. This isn't about my skills as a reader, really. You know what I mean? This is for you guys. And I just asked, it's my own creativity, it's my channel. We're just growing here, and I'm just happy to be here, guys. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. It's always a show with me, and the channel, and the psychic channel. There is a lot of spirit here, and they're very, there's a lot of passed on loved ones right now. Look through the rainbow that are coming through, saying, yes, I'm here. I see kids in the back. You see those kids? It's like they're being taken care of. If somebody's asking about a child, the sky, that's where you get your messages from them too. Something about the rays of light and the rainbows when they come through. Maybe somebody just seen a glimpse of a rainbow come through. Not a full rainbow, but just something that pierced through the clouds. And that's what they're talking about, is piercing through the clouds here. In the wind. I see the card of Taming the Wind 11 as I say this, for those of you that lost and are asking for a sign here. It's the wind. It's when you speak to them, it's like they're showing me how they're energetically moving the wind, and it's actually due to your manifestation of wanting that connection, being open to it in such a way. I'm a firm believer in grief. Grief is heavy because it is so much love with no place to go. It's trapped, and I'm feeling a grief right now. So if you're grieving, know that being true here, the color violet as well as indigo, there's a new opening here, and you're very aware of this because the card that came out as I started this reading was meditating, was transformation. Look at the angels. This is like undoubtedly somebody's sign. If you are asking about somebody on the other side, or somebody who is transitioning, in the middle of a transition. I heard going through the eye of the storm, and they're showing me this card again. See where the kids are in here. So as a medium, when I interpret these things, and picking up on that energy, anything with lots of colors is representative to me as frequency. Okay, so this is how they show up. This is the interpretation that they give me is happy. But see, it looks like an eye over here, how they're just right there in the opening, and it's like, and you can't make this up. There's something here about being true to this feelings, or honoring your own mediumship that you have, your own abilities. And cranky. So sorry. It just feels like there's something very much so opening up here, and it is like through, maybe even, right before I got on this live, and as somebody who, moves energy my way of tuning in and asking for the messages as soon as I clicked on this message, and right before I was setting up, I'll find myself, because I start connecting with my guides. It's like putting on my socks. I know my shoes come next. Grab my coat, my keys, whatever. You know, our bodies, it's my ritual. I know when I'm setting up my cards and my lights and I'm already in my zone. That's how I'm choosing to connect. Hello, everybody. Hi, Jace. Welcome in. Welcome in, guys. I love you all. Holy angels. This is collective reading. So this is how I interpret this, is the back of my shoulders and my neck is like something's been pinched in there. You know, it's like, I mean, and it feels heavy. It feels like somebody has a weight. And so as a starseed and as somebody who's able to sense and work with those energies, one of the things that, yeah, it's like stretching out. It's like the heaviness of the weight. It's like all the weight on the shoulders. And that's what they're showing me here within this. Look at it. It's the neck through the back of the head. For those of you that, you know, can scry and also feel and sense energies. Somebody here's going to do light therapy or an electromagnetic shock therapy. I heard lobotomy. Very interesting, but it's like resetting the brain. It's... this will be a miracle. This will be something. This is a complete connection above to, think of it as taking on more light, and whatever's there, it's like ascension symptom. Look, the staff's out here. And that is a very, somebody made food. They're talking about eating. That's just very interesting. So I believe in myself, the beauty of life, and the goodness of God. Thus, I have the power to fulfill my dreams. The will of my Almighty supports me. My life is showered in divine light, and my heart opens to the power of the universe. So somebody is completely, there's something that opened here. There was a new way of looking at. You're taking on more light. You're able to, and when I say that, light holds information. And there's a lot of things right now. I just want to say it's like you're touching in creation. You are, when you're true to yourself, you are bringing things into this awareness. And it's, I also want to say too, and I want to know what this blockage is, because I do see the transformation. So I'm just going to pull on that for a second. And I see star dancers, so surrendering something here. All right. The message here is to surrender. Because I'm looking down and I'm seeing this card and it's talking about competition. 818 as I say that. Thank you guys for hitting the like button or double tapping the screen. And it's like it's coming to realization that you are not in competition with anybody outside of yourself. You know, maybe that's just something you've kind of gone by, and maybe you've said it out loud, but really it's like somebody here is very intrigued in getting to know their self. Air life is flying over right now as I say this. Or it's a Black Hawk. Military. When I said military, when I said Black Hawk, the heater kicked on out here. What's up, guys? The Art of Pain. Why am I feeling your neck and shoulders? So anybody who's just feeling that right now, I just want you to take some deep breaths, especially if it's through, I can't see that far. Even if it's through, just center and focus on that spot. If you're carrying a lot of extra energy and you'd like to release that, you have the ability to do that through the divine light. What? Okay. Is that what she asked? Yeah, in like 5 minutes. You know. And maybe there is, you know, this, and I think it's like, it's very interesting. I think there's a lot of things that have been vying and competing, composition, writing, competing for your energy. And somebody hear what I'm talking about in this, and I'm hearing explosion. It's like an explosion of energy that bursts through your body. Somebody here is going to be getting more energy than normal. Getting, you know, I've seen somebody deep cleaning and doing things that they haven't been doing. This guide steps forward. I'm hearing Mishubisha. I'm hearing Maui, Malachite. And I'm hearing that Tazanite again. Tazanite. And it is like titanium. It's like maybe somebody does have titanium in their spine. Maybe that's what they're trying to get me to get at here. There's titanium, or there's something in the body here. I don't know. There's just something. I don't know. It's almost used as like a conductor. In some ways, it's like, if this is on a physical sense, whatever, something's gonna, that was messed up, or something that it's used for the best now. What's up, Scott? It's used for the best now, and it creates this combustion within your body. It's like where your cells are starting to naturally regenerate. It's inviting more of that innate. So now I just felt my heart chakra open wide up, and I can feel all of my ribs right now starting to relax throughout my back into my spine. And it's like somebody's guy just stepped forward, and I'm seeing all orange. All orange. And I'm seeing the silhouette of the body, and it looks like a translucent, but they're just showing me, and it's like a universe of orange, and it's swirling around on the chest, but they're showing me representative of your body. It's like your own universe. They're showing me all the cells moving around in the body. There's things happening now on planet Earth and throughout the universe that have never happened in the history of the universe, this universe. And there are so many enlightened and very powerful souls that are watching this, that are awakening, and have been, and it has been through a mass amount of detriment, and some of you are just antennas, and you're holding this light and this energy. That's what this is, this antenna, right? And it does, because your body, your physical body is also having this upgrade as you're taking on more light. Thank you. And it's on my back just popped. It's like somebody could be having the Kundalini awakening too, and be coming into hello mate, hello Matthew, coming into this. If this is for you, you'll know. And I mean, and this doesn't feel like it's come without struggle, without separation, because I'm looking down and I've seen, a separation here for some of you. But there, as deep as whatever this is, it's like separating from this other version of yourself, or things you weren't seeing, or your perspective. There's adoration for the self now, for the physical vessel, and it's like the physical body and the spiritual body are now starting to get on that same wavelength, right? I've said somebody has a powerful guide, and they step forward, and it's an energetic light body like this, and you can see the neck, right? You can see the neck, you can see the head. For those of you that scry, your guides are saying the energetic body. The transformation is out here, and it's like somebody's going to be taking on a lot of light, a lot of energy, and a conduit. So the antennas, this wave of beings, these waves of beings that are here, are some of them are brilliant antennas. They are just holding more information and sharing it, and stepping out in the creativity in whatever way it would be. It really is about freedom of speech and the oppression, not just like freedom of speech. You don't understand what I'm saying. It's the ability to channel something beyond this space and time. So you're getting into very psychic awareness, and it goes beyond just psyche. It is it's if you're not hearing a full-on voice now, or that it's within the telepathy and within the psychic pathways. And that's what I said. It feels like and I want to understand like why this guy is trying to say, because they're saying we admire like what you've been through, and holding the light. She's holding the light. Okay. It's like going further and further out into the void, right? When you start to awaken, and then things don't make sense, and they get a little scary. It feels calm now. And it feels like, too, it's like that void is so quiet. It's so silent. And I do see the separation, and like somebody coming into that. And, I'm also seeing this as there might be something very deep about separation here. But it is a separation of lifetimes and incarnations. It's like one's very connected to the oversoul, right? The oversoul. And I would say these two soulmates definitely share an oversoul. Many, many lifetimes, brother, sister, husband, wife, mom, dad. I mean, just many incarnations, many other planets too, galactically, just very tethered through genetics. And um, in biochemistry, or as you were, it's like quantum bionic, quantum biology. It's a proven fact that you are more likely, especially in this awakened state, and those that are more in that self-awareness will gravitate to those that are more in a line with their own ancestors. So genetically, especially because we're talking about soul family, right? And we're talking about wakening up to that. You'll notice you're having more soul family coming in, or those are that in the past you're like, I wonder why I met this person, and now you're understanding that things are starting to play out in a way where I think somebody had a hard nose here, and is learning a very tough lesson. If it's, whether, no matter what the separation is. And I think that it's not letting go, it's not saying goodbye. And I think there's a deep forgiveness, or a deep, you brought somebody's soul back alive, you brought a light, you offered, you with your higher self. Look at this feminine, and look at how when the cards are held, she's standing behind her, shameful, right? Hands in the pockets, and her hands are open, her body language. There's a masculine here, a male, that has done something, and it feels like there's something here where it finally sets somebody free. Whatever this feminine energy is, and it doesn't have to just be the physical person, but that as well too, right? We're talking about energy here, and somebody's able to step into a higher version of their self. I would say too, you brought somebody back from the dead here, okay? And whether in whatever way, maybe you really did in some ways, and you're just finding this message. I've seen 47, which is 11. When I say that, that is my yes number. I heard I'm just happy to be here. I'm also hearing you save my life, save my life. Everybody here is very filled with love, even if they did pass. They're just saying, filled with love now. I'm filled with love, and I'm dancing. I'm finally dancing in the sky. That's the message here for some of you. I'm dancing in the sky. I'm a sky dancer. I'm in your dreams. Somebody can sense this. Don't be afraid of the gift. You won't get more than you can handle. Some of you already always had it, and you're starting to step into it in a way that even you're. It's synchronicity after synchronicity. It's definitely knowing before somebody calls that they're going to call. It's really getting that psychic pathway and that connectivity energetically. I'm talking about somebody who's in ascended master, and I'm saying the reason I've gotten to the ascended master energy is with many, many trials and tribulations, and it is holding the light. Maybe even the last 6 months you've done something different. Maybe over the last few days, maybe you've had tough conversations and you found a way to just, it's like something else spoke through you. Instead of reacting, you just, God showed you, the universe showed you this person, and how they would mirror, right? That it is almost like letting a version of yourself go, because it is such a deep profundity. It is such a curious energy. There's admiration out here that somebody has for the way that somebody's handled something, the way that somebody has ascended in it, and most definitely this guy that steps forward says you're a powerhouse. You're absolutely a powerhouse, and because you're the way you're communicating, you know what I mean, and you're realizing. It might even actually start freaking you out, because you'll be walking and you'll see the numbers, or maybe somebody dies, and then something's left behind that is, it's like somebody from the other side too that comes through and says, like, you are the gift, you were the gift. If you didn't get the inheritance, or you didn't, this gift, what you have, what lives inside of you, that you've been doled down, or you didn't choose to shine because you didn't want to make others feel less than, right? Or the justice complex, or whatever it is that you've just melted off of you. And it's not because it melted off. It's just like it's been chiseled. They're showing you with a chisel, piece by piece, day by day, the way you move through things, and it's become so authentic. And it's not because you're really focusing on changing the way that you're approaching these things as much as you desire to. You're also honoring this humanism about you that says, I hurt, I miss, I have grief. And in the beginning of this read, I said, see, without a doubt, it says, so many things remind me of you. I lay awake at night and I think of you. I sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. I wish things could be different. And I said, there's like this, maybe somebody does just carry so much sadness, and it's like they're wanting to transform that. It's like been so heavy for so long, you know, on somebody, so heavy. And there's this transformation, and it started on the within you. And it's just like the perspective when it does finally start to shift. You do have the strength to do this. You do. Whether this is letting somebody go, whether this is walking through a new space and time yourself, um, you know you have your angels, and they're so proud. They're aspected. You know, there are versions of you. There's so many different energies. Um, I mean, you've been around forever. You know, this is family. You're very brave. There are some that have come back and are walking, and they're alive again. You know, something that they would never thought they would waken back up within the genetics. It just hooked on a feeling. Just something that somebody does, or transformation of another. It's like that energy comes into and awakens in some way, whether it is this grief or how deep that you're feeling something and honoring it in a human way, but still using your spiritual body's transformation to feed you. It's like, or I just seen like, you know, the ghost when he comes into the body and has this meeting. It's like literally a walk-in. And for those of you that don't know what a walk-in is, and you got goosebumps or you feel something in that, the portal is open. And I'm telling you, and this might just be, I'm hearing the oversoul, and it's like the oversoul's at the tippy toppity tip tip tip. If there's an order, right? It's the first egg that had the rest of the eggs. It's the Big Daddy. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if you're a true player, cause I see some ladies tonight that should be having my babies. Babies. Something about babies. Babies. There, somebody had the strength. See, something is about babies. See them dance, and it's DNA, it's cells. You know, they're pigs, but see how they're all holding hands and connected. It's like the gift that does keep going, the gift that keeps giving. And it's like the way that your body is, or whatever your chemistry is, or this ability that you have to hold more light. I heard sequential. I heard secuenta. What does cincuenta mean? Cincuenta. It's a number in Spanish. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, cincuenta. What is that? All right. Some more messages. What? Animal whisper come out, and that's so crazy because I have animal communications here. We've been praying for that or asking, but somebody has a very profound, deep level with animals, others that animals that have passed on. Uh, here loves animals, and I see the transformation here. So maybe you have lost an animal that means a lot to you, and I do feel like this soul comes back and you're able to communicate. There's something here with like a pact, or you have to remember animal souls can incarnate dogs as, you know, many times within the same lifetime for what a human's lifetime is. So they could come back in different animal, and I do want to say somebody is going to see that transformation, or maybe you have this telepathy with this animal now, okay? Um, because it's a transformation. This is like being the truest. This is, see, and maybe I feel like you're in poverty too, who I'm talking to, like you don't have much, and it's like, I heard you're sitting on a gold mine, but to you it wouldn't be about that. It would be a gold mine to you because you're helping like animals, these animals holding the wisdom and the knowledge too, and it's like it's a guide, and You know, somebody here scries into clouds and sees the faces that pierce through their family, their soul family. You're very, 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 very connected in this way of, it's an alchemical response. It's like as your guides draw near, your electromagnetic field just like, you know, if you wore jewelry in an MRI, how it would just suck your jewelry into it. It's like the magnet, and it's like, and that's why I'm saying like this ability to take on all this light and these remembrances, but it's like akashically, somebody's akashic, very akashic, and understands. And they're talking about because it's written, and I'm seeing like the book of life, the gold letters, how it's already written in the book, and it's predestined, you know. Something here is just very predestined, and I'm seeing this sky dancer talking about surrendering to the spirit's message. Okay. Animal communications, you are being called to communicate and convey the messages and wisdom from the animals. And I said wisdom. That's very intelligent. It's very intelligent design. So these are signs and synchronicities that are coming out. It is saying time to act on something. I'm also seeing the initials like ACT, A-C-T. It should stand for, it's like it stands for something else here. There's some sort of activist energy here, as well as wisdom keeper, somebody who holds the wisdom. This wisdom is something that comes through your antenna, okay? Somebody, I'm hearing Dolores Cannon, understanding the convoluted universe in such a vast way. Somebody here is a very hypnotic, hypnotherapist. You get into the subconscious or the conscious, and it's like their guides has come forth. You are a communicator through the guides and are able to, and it is by free will. It was like I said, it was already written. It would already be predestined that something would be lifted, no matter what. If this is a spell that's been put on you, and I'm very serious about that. I know people say that, but there's a lot of, you have to remember with the staff and taming the wind, like these are all my soul retrieval. You can't make it up. My shamanic deck, soul retrieval. So a shamanic that holds space. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that. I said casting spells. Okay, this goes beyond that. This is it's an ancient, somebody's versed in ancient magic or ancient modalities, without a doubt. I feel like somebody here, my nose is itching, so they want to talk about somebody here in this lifetime served a master and had done something, and because I'm looking at a castle right now and it's piercing off, and it's like somebody holds a very high rank. It's almost, I see too, it's like this guardian that guards the gates at the top of this mountain or wherever it is. It's like if another person's using a signature in some ways, it's like a great great granddaughter. Somebody carries this wisdom or knows or found something, but this energy has a darker turn on it, and I don't know what this energy. Sabotage. I'm asking the energy telepathically so that, you know, sabotage. That's what the energy is saying, to sabotage. So exile. Okay, to put him in exile. Look, energy that. Why is my face itching so bad? So that's normally my sign 722 as I look down, which would be 822 here. My whole face, sabotage. Okay, so what are you trying to say here about that soul retrieval? Okay, I'm getting goosebumps, so this is where I'm just going to let it flow because perspective. And then I look down and it says none of this matters. Zoom out, common ground, the void. Doesn't matter. Okay, so stepping back into that evolutionary state of the void, zoom out, it doesn't matter. Spirit says, and this is the Starseed Oracle, right? So whatever this was, right, because they don't want to touch on that energy, whatever that was, is something that's been carried through, and it's like you have the right amount and the right ability to be able to, dude, I'm telling you, it's like the way that people draw in, or the healer, or the energy that you have, it's like that star, it's a star, specifically like they couldn't replicate it. It couldn't be replicated. It couldn't be stopped. This is one of those things that are predestined, because I did see that card down here. Look, it says creation. The oversoul. I talked about a soul oversoul walking, did I not? And the oversoul's the big daddy, right? It's the first mommy and daddy before it had all the other baby little aspected souls, right? There's something very big here. Guidance. Oh, thank you, Spirit. There's guidance. Somebody's seen the string of lights. The string of lights are having remembrances of abductions, or just these profound experience, maybe sleep ways. I think somebody, dreams, because they're talking about sky dancers. So somebody here is it's sucked into the sky, sucked into the sky. They're talking about we're here now, but we are here now. We are here now. If it does not exist and the past is gone, I focus on the present moment. I have confidence in life again, because here and now there is no danger. Everything happens when my soul is ready. And for me, so that's where you're harnessing that power to, that oversoul, right? 22, as I say this, thank you guys for hitting the like button. And it's this, if you've had a near-death experience and there's been a walk-in soul that's come in within you, and you've been very awakened, or after a traumatic event in some ways, it's, you just wake up different. There could be people saying, like, I don't recognize you like I used to. I don't, there's so many things. It's like, just maybe you used to, have your ways about you, and now you're just like a completely different person. People could be making comments on that. It's like, or the way that your information is, or things that you're able to perceive or psychically pick up on, or energetically pick up on other people's signature. Like, you can, not just the yuck energy, but you can understand when somebody else's morality is been hijacked. I'm hearing the outer planes. Hijacked through the outer planes. Deep cellular healing. I said that. It looked like DNA. Did I not? I said it looked like DNA. Deep cellular healing. And I talked about if this oversoul, or even being in contact with this oversoul. I mean, somebody is this guide, this oversoul. I mean, it is in you because you're being here and now. Look, they're holding space. Look how much light you can take on in the here, in the now. I talked about that star. See, this is the guidance your guides are saying that you need to know. And it's like your body could be having severe, learning to love myself again. It's like they just keep showing me the spine. You know what I mean? There's something about the feet, the stomach region, and the head. Very prominent and very important. It's like they're showing me trying to get things in a line. That's what they're talking about. The string of lights, that are in the sky. It's the, so there's a lot of things here that you would unlock, that you would call forth the right guide, summons, invoke the right energy. You would remember the words. What does she say in the labyrinth? Goblin King, Goblin King. Oh, I mustn't call the Goblin King. No, I mustn't, Toby. Oh, I wish he would take you away. Right now, right? And then the goblins come and take the baby. But she didn't know what the right words to say. She goes, oh, I wish I did know what to say to take him away. And it's like somebody says the word. Abracadabra. Whatever it is for you. It's very profound, right? And I'm being very literal with you. This also might come out for some of you as light language, in some ways. My eye. So somebody might have something wrong with their eye, over the right eye. That's a sign. It's like, I'm not really sure. It's like you could take on other people's energy too, or you understand when somebody else is taking on another energy that's trying to interpret something for you. Somebody else here is like, you tune into the news and it's like you see a different broadcast. You can see what everybody else is like, oh, can you believe the budget's down? And you don't interpret that. You're getting a completely different message through that broadcast that's on TV. It's you're on a completely different psychic channel than most people. I might even just trip you out because of, like I said, the signs and symbols and synchronicities that come through. And it's like, how the fuck am I asking my guide a question in my head and I'm being able to see it in this way, right? The different frequencies. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. And it's like you're going on something alone here. You're going on something alone. And I heard destitute. But when we say alone, it's like the sacred arts is what I'm hearing. The sacred arts. And it's the soul retrieval. And I don't understand how, this is how that happened, is what I'm hearing. I don't understand how that happened, and there's just some things you won't. It's like right now as I'm looking at this in the lights, it looks like a vulture from where I'm sitting at the top of this, and it looks like it transforms from a man with a long beard and a cloak into a raven sitting on a pile of rocks from where I'm sitting, right? My perspective. Somebody here has great psychic perception or is able to interpret things. Like I said, somebody will be getting an entire different interpretation of something that's going on. You're out here cuddled up in that blanket. What? You're cuddled up in that blanket. Oh, I forgot you had your headphones on. Wisdom Keeper. So I want to ask about the Wisdom Keeper. Because it is saying, follow your true north. Following your true north, okay? And I did talk about a transformation and something being or feeling destitute. So, oh my gosh. I need to get hearing aids. We were talking about the interpretation thing. There's some things I could just hear a little. I liked, home is where you make it. What? Oh, I'm on my live mic talking to the World Wide Web. You're not. Scrying, so, you know. I talked about that electromagnetic frequencies. I thought for some reason that we had been in, Cash, did you hook back up to my thing? I was talking about somebody here, look at that. And the name Ray, through the rays of light. Doesn't want me to play that. Mike, do you want me to turn a light on? Huh? Do you want me to turn a light on?
No, I'll turn it on here.
Okay.
Get ready. Trying out a new flashlight.
Okay. I need to do a Control-Alt-Delete. It says YouTube is not working on my laptop. Thank God we're not casting from that thing anymore. Alright, here we go. 333. Could be seeing that number a lot too. What's up, Robin? I haven't seen you in here forever. 1991, 97. 9197. Hello, what's up, Angel? Okay, Wisdom Keepers. Interesting that would come up. Wisdom Keepers, okay. talk about this wisdom. Wisdom of what? Okay, some sort of, it's saying housework, which is really funny. Servant came out. A servant and children. Maybe you're serving your children here. Wisdom keeper, like keeping these kids safe or growing them right. This transformation. You know, it is talking about you're not going to be for everybody in the way that you do something, but the one thing that is for you is your children, the way that they love you, the way that you are with them, this connection. Your children are very sacred and special to you. I said right now, souls that have not been in here for a long time, or souls that have been incarnate on this planet at the same time with those frequencies. So we're talking about an evolution in the collective consciousness. I also feel like in the recesses of somebody's mind or despair in some way, there's been a transformation in the energy that you're calling forth from the deep, dark subconscious, right? And within that, that's where they're talking about this wisdom keeper, the owl that comes out. And you wouldn't have found that if you hadn't have gone through that tumultuous event or are going just hazard. Not just because they're come here and they think they're king shit. No, most of them don't realize because they fall through that consciousness just as well, you know. And a lot of those are you, you know. Just because you don't have wings this lifetime doesn't mean you haven't before, right? In whatever way that you may interpret that. Yeah, the angels. It's angels, angels, and I've been seeing that 444, 44, 44, 44, 414 is what I'm seeing right now. All right. There also is an energy, you know, of being very well informed in whatever way that that is, or becoming enlightened. So it looks like you, for some of you, with the children card being out here, or you know what I mean, this could be talking about family or legacy as well. Maybe you had unrequited love as a child, you know, and there's something that you restore within a bloodline or within genetically, and talking about that cellular regeneration and being able to have this change in your body's chemistry through your thought processes, right? It's bringing in that innate part of your being and overriding that the physical vessel that's been programmed through the mind to believe things a certain way. And that's what makes it so hard too, is because for some of you, your bodies can be trying to catch up to a transformation that you're having within your own being, or the way that you now respond instead of react, or the way that you're able to look at things that most people can't see, whether it is social, emotionally, or just, you know, or you're connected to, you know, a different, you live in your own world in a way, you know, and it's just really hard to find others, you know. That's why this card comes out, says you're not for everyone, and some people just don't share the same ideas, whether it's out of a spirit of laziness or, you know, and a lot of those of you that are waking up and starting to stand in your truth and really get on path with, you know, you can do a lot of things for a million people or give, but, you know, nobody will ever give you what you could give yourself in the way of deeply knowing yourself. You know, we like to have connections with others because it's something deep, and then when we lose that, we often go back in to find our own selves. Some people don't. They go to the next relationship and they don't heal. So this is talking about really going within those recesses of the baggage that was left, you know, subconsciously or consciously through, you know, I heard these aggravated states of transformation. So a lot of you have had very rough awakenings, and very alone, very desolate and isolated. And I think a lot of it has to do too because you have such a huge psychic energy around you that you're able to tap into a lot of things and perceive things. You might have communications with others, but I don't think that they really understand you on the level of, you know, the depth in which you could go. Okay. Anything else on the Wisdom Keeper? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Wow. All right, we got magic that comes out. So maybe this is a magic energy, right? Something that comes forth. It's talking about Wiccan, you know, it's talking about some sort of illusionist wisdom keeper, being able to see through illusions or having the wisdom to do that, you know. I do see, like, and if you think that you're lonely now, wait till you see once this starts to evolve for you, working with this energy in yourself. It's like When you first have a glove and you're learning to have a baseball and catch it, right? You get used to the glove and your glove gets worn in, and it's, you find your sweet spot when you catch the ball. And it's kind of like that. And look at how she's moving that energy, or I don't know why I said she. They look, but through the hands, that light, through the energy in the hands, healing of the hands. And look right here, there's hands here again. So somebody has very healing hands. Reiki, or just a natural, or a child that's just a natural healer. And that's where the wisdom's at here. It does feel like with that Wiccan out here, it's like somebody might be very understand on a deeper level, or had some sort of psychic premonition or dream, or in an Akashic remembrance, or a channeled writing that somebody does that helps them to put things in alignment where they belong. And it's like going back and recapping things, not to get lost in it, but to understand why certain things happen. I see war that comes out, and I would say you are somebody that's probably bad a lot of other people, or a lot of other energies. It feels like you possess an energy, or the oversoul, or the spirit guides that come with you. You know when to be warm, and you know when to have that unconditional love and to stand in that. But you're also, when it comes to, I wouldn't say the confrontation part of it, but you're definitely going to stand on your truth. You're somebody who's going to say, undoubtedly, the horses are ready to go. You know how to get into that energy as well. The warrior spirit and the wisdom keeper. And it's like you would have to be have a warrior spirit to be able to possess with magic and wisdom keeper to come out here. And we're talking about what else came out here? An ice disaster. And this horse is going into the blue right over here. It's leaving this warmth and it's going into the blue. It's an ice age. Okay, I see what they're saying. Something that hasn't happened in an ice age. And we were talking about the genetics and how things, are, some people are just predispositioned back at a certain space and time. They did the studies genetically on those that were more likely genetically to have more money, better jobs, 1717 as I say this. It's infinite, that they would be in a higher class, just how royalty passes down. And that would keep others in poverty. And what is that show? Divergent, right? And they classify these souls, and I'm hearing that in that way, to where you would be dominant in a specific energy. And I feel like through and through, the oversoul obviously has so much. It's like love that could touch anything, because it truly does. I mean, at the end of the day, it does, because even if that person's still pissed, and you moving from a place in your heart, it molds them. It makes them think, like that programming in their head. Why were you kind to me when I was an asshole? Why were you 1818 as I say this? Okay, 99. In just 1 second. It's just like this, something that hasn't happened in quite some time. Okay, and I want to talk about for the soul, for that growth of that aspect of that soul. Maybe because with the soul retrieval, something's come back now through a very deep, dark state of awakening, whether it was trauma after trauma, or like loss after loss, or just certain things. It's like being okay with just not being okay sometimes, and understanding that you're having this experience, and seeing it through a new perspective of, I'm glad I've got to have this experience. I got to see humanity for what it was, and hoping that you could bring something to that. And it's like this part, maybe this is somebody around you that is like just super wise and has this sword within them, but there's just like this icy cold warrior energy that they have. And I'm seeing a new opening here. So what comes through this new opening? I look up and I see the 10 of Cups, which would be, feeling full. Wow. The new opening is something that falls apart and crumbles. It says earthly disaster. An earthquake, a building collapse, a drought, or an animal attack. An Animal attack. Fire. And this lesson is about leadership, whatever this opening is. And it's like, there is somebody, okay, and just as an intuitive reader, there's also like an energy that comes through that's like relentless. It's so strong. And I'm trying to see if it's like, you know, of the light or of the dark in a way, so to speak, but it can be both. And I want to say that energy's you. It can be both, the light and the dark. That's what the lesson was, to go through those paths, to understand that I am, and I am and can be that, and I am this when called. Oh, but now you're doing it from a space of wisdom. It's like taming that beast, right? That lion that guides and walks with you now. You got your spirit animal. You moved into that space. 3:44 a.m. there in Ireland. Still in Ireland, aren't you? Mother Gaia is sad. I think Mother Gaia has taken on, you know, everything has an evolutionary state, Ash, as things, you know, evolve. And that means for things to change, certain things have to go away. They have to destruct, or they have to, you know, that energy, for new energy or light or space, things have to go to bring new in. And it's just like, did you come to just stay at a specific space and time in your life, or, you know, is this whatever this is that's awakening, or that is being broken down here? So let's see what is being broken down here, because I feel like somebody's been really stripped down to the bottom of nothing. I'm hearing bare bones, you know, bare bones. So somebody who's been really going through a lot, and, you know, the ice on this water, on the ice age, the ice is starting to crack, and it's like it's starting to melt, and that warmth. Maybe somebody does have really warm hands, or there's something that somebody can do, like overseas, like stop disasters or whatever. Like, it goes very deep, and that's why this wisdom and knowledge is here. And see the eyes on you. See the eye, and it was just staring at me, and it's like the truest aspects or versions of yourself that you could go to are unmatched, because genetically it's already predisposed within your being. Now, if you open up that psychic pathway and that, you know, that innate awareness that we all possess as a soul within a flesh suit, this is unmatched potential, and very, and I say advanced, you already know it. It's, you know, it's light years away, but you're seeding it here in the space and time. Is why they're talking about being present now, because there's things that you're going to be able to interpret or download, and if it's not for this very day, the next day, it's there, and it'll awaken exactly when you need it. Say you get in a really, it'll be there, and it's like they're showing me like a switch that comes on, and that energy comes over, you get back to your senses is what I'm hearing. To get back to your senses. Okay, so tell me more on this wisdom keeper. Tell me the energy of this wisdom keeper. Can you tell me more? You've got to be kidding me. Another angel. Look at this. You can't make it up. It's an earth angel. It's like, are you finding out that you are able to possess that energy for the highest good of all, to, whether speaking or, because it'll come through you. It's not so much that it's stored, it's that you have the ability to hold the light, and the light is what holds the information and the transmission. And as you take it, the vibration, and it's that channel that's open through your body. It's a molecular cell regeneration that's happening within your own body as you're channeling a psychic, a certain energy. I heard, oh, the profundity. I'm hearing Chiron of what does he say? Chiron of magnetic service. Anybody ever watch the channel of Chiron? Spirit's message here. I cannot believe that we've got two angels sitting out here like this. The profundity. So the new opening here is that, can you just tell me more? And I look over, I'm getting goosebumps all over my body, and I just got very happy. like a very light sense of something, like, you know, when you wake up on Christmas and there is a bike out there and you know it's yours, right? It's that feeling. But this time it's different, you know, it's something it's earned, and it's earned, like, I would say you should be proud of yourself. You should be very enlightened and filled with gratitude to be able to bring yourself back, to believe in something when nobody else does, that brought you back, and that's that light. And it grew more and more within you, and you're holding it. You're doing a really, really good job at holding the light, even if you feel overwhelmed by others. And you know, there was one, where is that card that came out? I was trying to shield the light with it. I'll read it towards the end. Shield the light with it. I was trying to shield the light with it. It's a journey. And it's like, it doesn't matter where you go, you're connected to this energy. You can literally grab information from so many places that you travel to. Look at all of these. It's like seeding it too as well. You know, you might, you know, this could be Jake from State Farm, who's wearing khakis, who's awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And but you don't realize what that soul is underneath that, and it is something like that. And if this person could be very connected, or you, to animals, I'm just going to say that in that way. It's like, maybe you lost a horse and this horse is now your guide. For some of you, that really is the case. Look at this little black horse. It's the transformation. It's like everything that leaves, it goes back into you, and it's like you're going to be able to open up this. It's just like, and it's through the energy of just awareness and love, and it all comes into you. You look at this. This is my passed on loved one card, because she's in white, and so is the owl that represents wisdom, right? And these natural earth elements are growing, right? And they're producing something within these pinnacles, and this is being able to take something that you can't see, can't touch. Nobody else could ingest it, take it from you, steal it from you. Nobody could enter your psychic pathways to be able to entertain this energy, and this energy saying, I would entertain, you know, it. If somebody has tried to entertain through or be exclusive in your thoughts or your energy in whatever way, they've been taken on one hell of a ride, right? They've probably, you know, try to go through every journal you have, know who your baby's mama's brother, sister is, in whatever way. I'm saying that really because I am seeing the Wiccan out here, and it's like, and I have this sitting on this piece of amethyst, the wisdom keeper, and it's like, you just embody that natural energy. It's within the crystal, and it's like, no matter what avenue somebody would go to try to retrieve an aspect of your soul for their own, or travel through an akasha to understand something that was written about your own being akashically, right? This would be through spirit. They've been learning a lesson as well, you know, through spirit. And through that, I want to say too, you know, with the unseen realm and the unseen forces, this could, I keep looking over here, I see the Two of Cups, and then I'm seeing the Ace of Cups, right? Which is the ultimate love, the unconditional. The Two of Cups, which is representative of, you know, very like, you know, souls. And I almost wonder, and I'm looking down here and I'm seeing the identity of a lover. And for some of you, I want to say, like, you could be receiving this information from, I feel like somebody passed away at work, you know, and left like a kid behind, a boy behind, okay? They were the bread and the butter. Yeah, I'm seeing the heartbreak behind that too, you know, maybe working or shielding or a warrior of some sort, you know, and losing them this lifetime felt just the same, you know. There is power in moving through hard things with just faith that you're not doing it alone. Somebody here says constantly, give me the strength, give me the strength. I can hear them saying that. Please give me the strength. And it's like this connection. Look at all these light bulb moments, and it's like you could get you get so caught up in spirit that you don't even realize you're not walking on the ground anymore. You're now levitating, right? It's just a very it's your gift. It's your gift back to you. It says charity here, but spirit is saying, you know, this could be coming from a younger female through the other side, or this could be you, or there's just you're a benefactor to something that you've done for somebody else in a way, not even realizing it. You've been a benefactor of all the shitty, hard things that you've gone through and have had to awaken through. And it's like, I think more than anything, somebody that I'm talking to here has done so much soul searching for their own truth. It's not really finding the truth of others or using their abilities to do that, or it's like really soul searching, going within to soul search. It's been about the self. And this is why this is the 9. You could be a life path number 9. But you're going to retrieve this aspect of your soul that others have been deeming to look at these 2 workers working so diligently and so hard to retrieve on your account. And I'm going to say you have to remember this. A lot of work, and I don't know why, if like it was to be with a different, or set you up with somebody that wouldn't be for you, or you know what I mean, in whatever way. But it's like, even in whatever that is, you change that person, or you help that person to soul search. Like you took a powerful soul that was lost to the dark, not able to find a light the way back out. And when you come from the dark, back out from the darkness in your own shadow and that of others, and you hold that light and you hold it more and more and more as you elevate and you share it with others, in their darkest times, or if it's just intelligence or information or light language or healing or good vibrations or thoughts or prayers, you start to, and you're not just, you're holding more space for other energies to work, invoking your angels and your spirit guides and the Holy Spirit in whatever way that you do it, yourself, your higher self, your oversoul. You've gathered up your own modality of it's just like your fortitude, and we would never let you fail. You would never let yourself fail. I heard this was your lifetime. This is your lifetime. This is where you bring something back. You reap something from the depths of hell, or somebody, an aspect of your soul that's living out here through somebody else. There's something big that's been done here that brought back a powerful energy, or moved through the archetypal structure in a way that it got into creation mode to create something different within that. So now the programming or that energy it's just it's mastery, it's the crone, Alright, guys, well, I have kids that I need to go get in bed. I hope you guys enjoy that message. I'm going to pull an angel number for you guys. Definitely about seeing something too. There's work here. It's like, or somebody seeing your work. Look, the 8 of Pentacles comes out again. It's like work, or there's a celebration here over it in whatever way that this is. And it's like being spotted or seen, or finding this, whatever it is, it becomes obvious. Maybe where you were searching before, it like just opens, and now you have like the tool that you need to look at the map, to see it for what it is, in whatever way that means, I'm going to pull a couple channeled messages for the person on your mind. The Star. You brought faith back into my life, and now I am trusting the higher power. Despite my past, I allow myself to feel loved and protected. Wow. I said bringing somebody back. 17, 17, 17 in here. It's just, it's amazing. You're welcome for the message, Teresha. And that's just how the spirit guides just come through and confirm that even more. My spirit guides just had me grab that card, so they're wanting me to read that before I get off of here. So any other messages for the channel of this? It's like somebody's being really inspired here to do soul searching, or even something changed through something that wasn't pleasant, and you helped retrieve an aspect of somebody's soul back through compassion and love, or just sending thoughts. It says, I am filled by love. Love is what's changing something here, and it's not like just I love you, or I want to be with you, or this is this. It's like look right here, it says, I call back my power. 100%. I call back my power. And that's what that soul retrieval is. And it's like, you're the one that could do this. And manifesting is your superpower. Somebody here, you know, you're going to start to see a lot of things turn around like overnight. I'm seeing with that transformation. Anything else that wants to come out? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. I want to feel that way again. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. I want to tell you how I feel. You've got the Emperor. In society, status is high priority to me, and I like having control over others. I follow strict rules and have high demands and expectations. And, you know, that's could be something that somebody's transforming out of here, too, because it's a really tough gig. The number 4, tomorrow is the 4th. I have decided I want to pursue you, and nothing is going to stop me. Expect soon a lot of action on my part, the Knight of Swords, so an energy that comes forward that gives you that, like I said in the beginning of the read, that extra energy that you need to get tasks done, or whatever way that you're moving it forward through. It's just like you're going to wake up and understand something on a different level now, or something that happened, you know, and that's like that person or that energy that comes back to you again after you've helped it to come back from that such a dark space of like, fuck it, I ruin everything, like that self-sabotage, or to understand something on a different level. It's like you instead of you being cruel, you chose kindness, and because of that, it's changed my entire life. And some people pick up on that and some people don't. Alright, so this is the card that came out, and it's the card number 6, and it's called Witness and Observe. Gratitude to the Spirit guides. Yeah, it was a beautiful channel tonight. Puffin, I love you. Thank you. Speak your intentions into your water, into everything, my food, when you shower. It's just becoming that, it's like that self-awareness really does propel that new opening too, because now you're able to psychically perceive and sense more things too. And it's just keeping this physical vessel healthy to be able to hold that, you know? Alright, shield yourself by witnessing others instead of absorbing all the energy and emotions around you. Engage your claircognizant or intellect psychic pathways by observing the world with curiosity and detachment. Create healthy emotional space between yourself and others, and between yourself and your emotions. Practice neutrality and maintain sensible energetic boundaries. And it's really, I think that transformation, that soul searching, is understanding that you know, to observe and understand that not everybody's on your level, and people are going through their own things, you know, and not everything. Oh my gosh, this is in the book, and it's the only card that's in the book. It's number 56, which is an 11. That's my S number. Receive love from the other side. Loved ones who've passed on are eager to connect with you through synchronicities, dreams, music, and nature. You may also feel the spirit as an energy shift, physical sensation, or a wave of strong emotion. Certain loved ones now act as spirit guardians, sending you wisdom and blessings. Love never dies, it says. And that was not supposed to be in that book, and it was. Love never dies. And that, it was just, I think that's just what I had to say. That was it. And I'll get you guys a number. Wow, I guess that was really what they wanted me to pick up that book to read, to see that message. So somebody needed that. Love never dies, and that was like the accumulation of the read too. It's like all those passed on loved ones, that it's retrieving that oversoul back, right? As these people pass on and come back, and you heal with them, and it's just it's that new opening, and it's now like this arrow is able to shoot through that. Straight, you know, I can shoot you straight. I have my eyes on things that are much bigger than just worrying and absorbing. Now it's about observing and perceiving in a way. Show me what you're trying to show me in this way, you know. Oh my gosh, and if somebody asked for a rainbow, here it is. And you've got to gather here, gathering the pieces, and it's like putting them back together in a much more beautiful way. Doesn't always have to be sensible, but the way that it is there's none like it. It's you, it's your own creation, and it's just, it's all back together, but it's this once in a lifetime way that it is, and you have constructed it through this dreams and this ability to be transformable through your own higher self. Yeah, we're praying for Bill. Has anybody heard of Bill? Heard from him either? Still? No? Alright. Okay, let's get that angel number. By thy staff and thy rod, I heard. Somebody carries a staff here. By thy staff and thy rod, the number 8. Number 51, it looked like an 8. So that's a 6. 8. This card's talking about personal power. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. Angels are sending the number to reassure you that the prosperity and well-being ahead, your surroundings, will treat you with admiration and respect. Use it for the greater good. So that intention behind there too. All right. Angel number. Angel number. Okay, there's 2 that came out. 999 release on the bottom of the deck, and this is saying 1313 starting fresh. Step out of your comfort zone. You are about to create something meaningful. All of your skills and talents will bring you auspicious profits. Build up your confidence and trust in your decisions. So somebody's making, a move here to move in a 44. That sums down to a 44 numerology, which is the master number. Then we got 2121, which is 33. So you could be seeing 33 and 44 quite a bit on the clock, or those are synchronicities. All right. The day you're waiting for will come. Maintain discipline. You are getting closer to your end goal. There is no need to overextend yourself. Guard your energy to remain focused. It will pay off. It is also a climb, not an elevator ride. So trust in yourself. Alright guys, that's what I have for tonight. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Come back, leave an emoji or a comment. We're trying to get back in the algorithm. Also, for those of you that were interested, I did put a post up and a lives that is scheduled. If you guys are interested in the mini personal reads, I will be accepting Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. If you guys are interested in that, it's a $5 minimum donation. And you get a mini personal read just on Dreamer. I have you written down as my first one. So if anybody else would like to join in on that live, I'd like to get a few people. I also will accept the super chats as well. I know some of you that live out of the country, that's the easiest way. So if you guys are interested in personal reads with me and that's something you want to connect with, you can email me. I'm clearing my throat. That's also in the latest post that I posted on that link, so it'll be right there at the top for today. What's up, Monty? Thank you guys. Good night. I hope everybody is well. I hope your body's healed, Jason. I hope your back is ship shape. Anybody's having surgery, anybody's going through it, I just hope you know that things do get better. And you know what, you'll look back on this one day and laugh, or you'll never know what things will bring you. So just keep your chins up and know that everything's happening, for the highest good. I love you guys. Kisses from Idaho.